fucking David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So, yesterday I officially made another health strategy change. I've decided to focus less on strength and more on mobility. I was thinking, because a listener of the podcast actually sent me a message through the Patreon telling me some stuff about backs. Big shout out for fucking sending that in as well. It was great. But apparently he had some bad lower back issues, and he's spent years looking into it, and he linked me to a dude named Stuart McGill, Dr. Stuart McGill. And this back doctor, he's basically saying, don't try and be a fucking hero. What you want to be doing is getting to like 80 years old and being able to bend down and pick up your fucking grandchildren and play on the ground with them and like be flexible, not be in pain. And I'm like, yeah, why do I need to fucking lift 100 kilos in like a Romanian deadlift? Like, what the fuck am I doing that for? I know it's meant to be good for you and it does make you feel stronger, but like, really, do I need to be lifting that? Can't I take it down to like 60, 70 kilos and just be happy with that and fucking avoid any injury? 60, 70 kilos, that's fine. Like, why do I need to be pushing myself to the limits with weights when essentially I'm never ever going to fucking be in a situation where I need to squat down with 80 kilos on my shoulder? Like, unless I'm in a war and I need to fucking like Forrest Gump Bubba out of the fucking jungle, I don't see it fucking happening. But what I do need to do is be able to fucking bend over and pick up my shoes. Pick up my fucking shoes without fucking having a game plan on how I'm going to do it. And be able to lift my foot high enough to fucking tie up my shoelaces. You know what I mean? Like, that's essential. Strength, like, there's a limit to how much strength I actually need. But I would like to be able to cross my legs, you know? So that's my new game plan now, is like, let's just get the body moving in all the directions it needs to be able to move. Let's get everything stable and steady. Let's be able to bend over, pick some shit up without fucking feeling shit. It also means I don't have to work out as hard. Well, fucking, this dude told me, he's like, fucking be careful about doing the stretches and the kettlebells first thing in the morning as soon as you get out of bed, because your spine is still full of fluid and your disc can slide out. And I'm going to be honest with you, one of the mornings I was doing the kettlebell swings, I was like, I think this is fucking my back more. And then I find out it actually was. But this Stuart McGill guy, he has this like big 3 stretches you need to do to strengthen your back. And all it is like bird dogs, a side plank, and this like sort of crunch thing, arch. And I'm like, I can do that easy. Is that all you need to do? It feels like you're doing nothing. I need to be able to walk upstairs. I need to be able to bend down. I need to be able to go on the ground. I need to be able to like kick the footy with my son. I need to be able to run around. That's the stuff I really need to be doing. I don't need to be deadlifting like excessive amounts. Yes, I'll do weights, but like, do I need to be like pushing the limits? No, I don't. Thank God. I more want to be like skipping and a jumping when I'm like fucking 50, 60, 70. That's what I'm more concerned about. I don't want to use up all my fucking precious joint cartilage just for some bullshit. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's my new path. Mobility and flexibility over excessive strength. I just need sufficient strength. And I feel like I've got that anyway. I don't need to be any stronger than I am now. I'm sufficiently strong. I just want to unlock my hips, my knees, my shoulders, my back, get it all fucking loose and feeling good. Anyway, it's Monday. I've had the day off today, got the day off tomorrow. It's Monday and it's time for this week's Hypothetical Mondays. Hypothetical Mondays. Tell me what hypothetical. Tell me what hypothetical. I'm gonna do. The whole day down. It's been a while since we did a Hypothetical Monday. It's the same as Ask Boyle, but more of a hypothetical vibe to it. This is how it all started. It was all Hypothetical Mondays before Ask Boyle. Anyway, if you have a hypothetical or a question you would like answered by one of the greatest minds of the generation or any generation, comedian, philosopher, waterproofer, Boyle, then head to my website. There's a section there for Ask Boyle. Put your details in, ask your question. I'll get to it. While you're there, jump on the Patreon. We've got a Degeni Diaries coming out. It'll probably be out Wednesday. I'm doing it tomorrow on my day off. I'm also going to get the clips of all the other ones together. So jump on the Patreon. It's £1 a month. You can get interviewed. You can fucking message me. I've fucking spent a lot less time on Instagram lately, and I'm probably going to shift completely onto Patreon. So if you want to contact me there. Anyway, let's get to this week's hypothetical. So this week's Hypothetical Monday was sent in by Jeff. Hypothetically, let's say there is a natural disaster or something adjacent that wipes out the electrical grid, effectively destroying all electrical circuitry and power lines in Australia. Now, let's say Australia implements a cash-only society and martial law for the foreseeable future. How will you get your Bitcoin off of cold storage if the device is essentially a paperweight now and there is no internet to make transactions? Surely Boyle, the greatest mind of the generation, crane operator, waterproofer, comedian, can answer this brainbuster. Well, Jeffrey Dahmer, you have come to the right place. So in this hypothetical, you are basically describing the apocalypse. We've gone into martial law. The entire electrical grid of Australia is completely down. And you're like, how are you going to use your Bitcoin then, Boyle? For starters, when that happens, all you need is a gun. You don't need Bitcoin or cash or anything. If you've got a fucking M16 or an AR, fucking whatever they are, that's your new currency. None of the CCTV fucking cameras are working. You just start a militia and that's your new fucking Bitcoin. And I love how you go, they've implemented a cash-only society. That's the way they're moving. Cash. You can't even withdraw over like $1,000 without getting fucking police clearances now in Australia. One of the biggest banks in Australia has said no more cash deposits or withdrawals at their branches anymore. I don't know anyone who even uses cash anymore. I'm completely against just using your fucking card and your phone for purchasing, and I use it exclusively now. I don't carry cash at all, and I'm for cash. So, the cash-only society. I suppose it could happen. We've got the cash-only society. What are your alternatives in that situation? You can have gold and silver. I don't know who you're going to trade with because not that many people I know have gold or silver. You would have to use cash, I suppose. But with any of those things, anything physical, you're just gonna fucking get it robbed off you by the fucking guy with the biggest gun. In an apocalyptic situation, it's anarchy. It's lawless. It's like New Orleans after Katrina. Having said that, I would still prefer to have Bitcoin than any of those things. So with your cold storage wallet, Bitcoin is not actually on that wallet or that USB. It is just a paperweight. I can throw mine away as long as you've got the seed phrase to reboot it up. The device doesn't matter. The seed phrase is what matters, and you just memorize that and keep it in your head. You don't even need the device. When the apocalypse finally settles back down, you can just get a new wallet and reboot it anywhere in the world. But unlike gold and cash and silver, it's pretty hard to rob a seed phrase out of your head. And if the electricity and the internet and fucking all that's down, if someone does try and rob your Bitcoin in the apocalypse, how are they going to verify the 24 words that you give them? So just give them any old fucking 24 words. They'll be like, they better be fucking right. And you're like, yeah, they're 110, they're right, mate. Wait till the electricity comes back on. Fucking try it, mate. It'll be fucking, you'll be rich. But as soon as the internet or the electricity comes back on, the Bitcoin just comes back. Everyone in the rest of the world will still be using it. It'll probably be worth more. And then you can just reboot the wallet and then exchange it for whatever we decided to use as currency in the apocalypse. Probably cigarettes, maybe fucking KFC vouchers, I don't know. But let's say the electrical grid of the entire world gets taken out, internet gets shut off everywhere in the entire world. All that happens is Bitcoin freezes in that moment in time. The ledger is still sound. Once we get through the hellish apocalypse and someone flicks the electricity back on, or we get the internet started again, or I don't know what happens in this dire situation. But Bitcoin just starts back up again like nothing happened. And by that time, we'll need something to rebuild with. And Bitcoin will be the soundest fucking money there is to rebuild with. The banks will have been sacked and looted. People would have gone in and fucking smashed up all the records, all the fucking data centers that are protecting all the fucking ledgers of the banks. They all get destroyed by me. I'll be going to those data centers. Fucking get rid of my debt. Let's blow that shit up. I'll be starting a militia going around to those data centers. Criminal records going to the police stations. Just fucking let's wipe everyone's criminal record. No one will know shit. But Bitcoin will still be fine because it's a distributed ledger. There's like hundreds and thousands of nodes around the world who all have the exact same ledger that shows every single transaction that has ever been made on the Bitcoin network. And unless you can find every single node, hundreds and thousands of them across the world, and destroy their fucking copy of the ledger, then Bitcoin's going to be fine. But the future does kind of depend on electricity staying on and the internet staying on. I don't mind a world without either of those, by the way. So it's really a fucking win-win. I'm ready to go back into the fucking dark ages. That's an argument That's an argument everyone who hates Bitcoin fucking makes. What happens if the internet gets turned off, all the power grid gets shut down, the government turns fucking totalitarian, and we get locked in our houses? I'm like, yeah, that's what I've been saying is going to happen for fucking years, man. Buy some Bitcoin just in case that happens. Most Bitcoiners, that's their main concern, is that that's going to happen. And have you ever tried to like chip off like a corner of a gold bullion to pay for some shoes? Pretty hard to divide. And when you get to apocalypse level, you realize that cash is really just paper. It's just little itty bitty paper bits. That's when you really realize it. You're like, what the fuck is this? But you do need a medium of exchange at some point. But once the fucking lights go out, it's going to be horror for quite some time. Once it all settles back down, then you'll need a medium of exchange. And who knows what that's going to be. It might be cash. Hopefully we can get the lights back on before then. And then we can use Bitcoin. Anyway, Jeff, thanks for the hypothetical. I hope it helped. Basically, the answer to the question is like, if your scenario plays out, we've got bigger things to worry about. You don't really have an economy if there's no lights, there's no internet, and there's martial law. So I'd be thinking of other things. Bitcoin probably not going to be high on my list of priorities at that point, but I'll be fucking maintaining it. Anyway, fucking thanks for the question, and I'll see you the fuck later.